Hi everyone, this is Anne-Marie from Alma Surfside Jewelry. Thank you so much for joining me for today's beading tutorial. For those of you who don't know me, I currently have an Etsy shop, which I'm actually thinking of closing. Haven't quite decided yet. So yeah, I do handmade jewelry, and I also have an Instagram account, which is Alma Surfside 7. So be sure to follow me on social media. So for today's beading project, we're going to be going over this pendant, and I actually saw something very similar at the Kate Spade outlet, and it really caught my eye. I just thought it was beautiful the way the freshwater pearls were in different shapes, and it just made the flower look very interesting and very organic. So I've tried to replicate that here with this piece. It's a very simple project. You won't need a lot of supplies. So let's go over what you'll need for this. So I have my fire line here on my mat. It's 6 pound fire line or 0.006, and it's in the color crystal. You'll also need 5 8/0 seed beads, and for the new one that I'm making today, I've chosen galvanized gold. And it doesn't really matter what brand you have because it's just going to be the center circle part of our project. Okay, so any brand will do. On the right side there, under 15/0s, I have these here. So these are Toho's opaque white luster, again 15/0s, and those will be used just for a little accent point on the petals. And right beside those are 15/0 Toho seed beads. These are galvanized gold, and these will be used for our petals today. I'm making a slightly different version of the original one, so gold petals with white accents. And then on the far right hand side of my mat, you see a total of 5 freshwater pearls. And the more unique the shape of each pearl, the better, because it gives the flower a little bit more interest. And then on the far right side there, right beside the pearls, is a jump ring, and that is stainless steel, but it's gold plated. Okay, so just to tie in with the color scheme that I have arranged on my mat. And you'll need scissors to be able to cut your fire line as you're working. And if you want to be able to work with the jump ring at the end of the project, it's helpful to have flat nose pliers on hand. But this project could also be a pair of earrings if you didn't want to go with the pendant. You could definitely just put, an earring hook there where I've put the circle at the top of the shape, and that would work just as well. And besides the jump ring, I also have a beading needle here. Okay, and I've already gone ahead and cut some fire line just to get myself started. So go ahead and gather all of your materials and let's get started. What we're going to do is pick up all 5 of our 8/0 seed beads. And I'm going to push those down on my needle and then down on my fire line. You don't need too much of a tail, maybe an inch or just a little more than an inch. And then you're going to go back up through the very last bead there in the row and pull on your thread so that you create a circle. Okay, so you want to have the 5 beads sitting like that. And then what I need to do in order to tie off the thread is go around the outside. Okay, so I'm just going through all of the beads in that circle with my needle. And then I'm back where I started. So at this point I can tie the 2 threads together. So I'm going to do, 2 or 3 good knots here. And then I'm going to cut off the extra fire line that I don't need to work with. Okay, so this little tail here, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. There we go. So now that I have a circle with my 5 8/0 beads, I'm going to take my needle and go through this top bead here. And we're going to create the very first petal. Okay, so to do that, we're going to use the herringbone technique. And I'm going to pick up 2 of my 15-0 seed beads in galvanized gold. Okay, so 2 beads there. And I'm going to go through the opposite side of the seed bead that I'm exiting. Okay, so you can see my thread's coming out on the left, and I'm going to go through the right-hand side. So what you want to have is the 2 15-0s sitting there on top. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the bead there on the left-hand side. There we go. Okay, so 2 small 15-0s sitting there on top. And we're going to do the herringbone stitch as I mentioned, so you're going to need 2 more 15-0s. And my thread is coming out of the left bead, and I'm going to go down the right bead. There we go. Okay, so now that I've gone down the right bead, I'm going to take my needle and go up the 2 beads there on the left-hand side. Okay, so you can see it's creating a column. The 4 beads are stacked on each other. Okay, and we're going to just repeat that over and over again 5 times total until we reach the end of our small petal. So I've picked up 2 more 15-0s. I'm going to go down the right bead and then go back up the 2 beads there on the left. Okay, so it's stacking up as we work our way down the row. Again, 2 more. Going down the bead on the right, and then going back up the 2 on the left. Okay, let's do that one more time. There we go. Okay, so we've reached the end of our first small petal, and just to give it a bit of contrast, I'm going to pick up 1 of my 15-0s in the white luster, and my thread is coming out of the left-hand side, so I'm going to go down the row on the right-hand side. And pull on my thread. Okay, so that just sits at the very tip of the petal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 8-0 sitting right below. So you can see that there's a gap between the 2 8-0 seed beads sitting there side by side, and we're going to fill that with our very first freshwater pearl. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up 1 of them on my mat here. And then I also want you to pick up 1 of your 15-0 seed beads. Okay, push those 2 things down on your thread. So you want to hold the freshwater pearl as close as you can to the 8-0 seed beads just below. And I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to skip the 15-0 seed bead that's sitting there right above the freshwater pearl, and I'm just going to go back down. Okay, so back down the freshwater pearl, and you can even pull on the little seed bead again just to make sure that it's nice and snug and that these are sitting as close as possible to the 8-0s below. Okay, so that's one of our sort of abstract petals, if you will, like with the freshwater pearls. Now we're ready to go through the next 8-0, which is sitting right beside the herringbone petal and the freshwater pearl. So we're going to do another petal by using the exact same technique that we started off with. Okay, so using my seed beads in 15-0 in gold, So I'm going to just show you how to get it started, and then I'll continue off camera, okay? So I'm going through the 8/0 seed bead. I'm going to go through the opposite side with my needle. And now those two seed beads you can see are sitting on the top of that bead below. And I'm going to go up through the left seed bead, the 15/0. And again, we're going to do the herringbone stitch. So I'm going to take 2 of my 15/0s in gold. And I'm going to go down the bead there on the right. And then back up the 2 beads sitting there on the left to create the column. Okay, if your thread is coming a little bit loose, you can just push it down, push the beads down. Okay, so that it's nice and snug with what's below. So we're going to repeat this pattern of alternating between petal, freshwater pearl, petal, freshwater pearl as we go around the entire piece. Okay, so all of the gaps should have the pearls, all of the seed beads and 8/0 should have the herringbone petals. And I'll continue doing that off camera, and then I'll show you how to finish the piece. So you can see the progress that I've made off camera. So every 8/0 seed bead has a herringbone petal with 15/0s shooting off of it. And in between, in the gaps, we have all of the freshwater pearls that are going around the outside, and they're capped by a 15/0 in gold. So I've attached my last freshwater pearl here, and I'm ready to go through the next 8/0 seed bead. There we go. Okay, so once you've gone through that bead right beside it, what we're going to do is we're going to climb up one of the rows in our herringbone stitch. Okay, so I'm going to insert my needle. You might need some flat nose pliers to pull the needle all the way through that row. Okay, so I'm just climbing up the petal with the 15/0 seed beads. And then once I get to the top, you'll see that there's the 15/0 in white, and that's where we're going to attach our closure. Okay, so it's just going to be a very simple seed bead closure. I'm going to pick up a total of 5 of my 15/0s in gold. There we go, okay. And I'm just gonna go through the opposite side of that 15/0 in white, okay. So that's gonna be the closure at the very top of our shape. And to make the circle stronger, you can reinforce it by going through all of the seed beads that you just added on. And back through the bead below. Sometimes you have to fan open the circle, okay, just separate the beads a bit. And then to finish off, you have to obviously create a knot to tie off your thread. Okay, and then at this point I can go through one of the 15/0s right below. And then to hide the knot, I'm just going to go on the inside of that herringbone petal. Okay, just down the center, and then I'm going to pull on my thread. Okay, and that creates a knot. You can go down another 15/0. Okay, the one right below. And again, go on the inside with your thread and create another knot. There we go. Okay, so I have 2 very secure knots there. I'm happy that the piece is nice and strong and it's not going to fall apart, so I can go ahead and cut off the thread. And I'm going to put that aside. Okay, I'm going to lay that on my mat while I grab my jump ring and my flat nose pliers. I'm going to open up the jump ring, insert it through the circle there up at the top, close it back up. Okay, and that's what creates the finished piece. Okay, so that's our freshwater pearl abstract flower pendant. And I think it looks really interesting, and it's got a lot of movement in the shape because each pearl is so irregular, and yeah, that's just the beauty and the nature of freshwater pearls. So I think it looks very elegant. Anyways, that concludes our beading tutorial for today, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to like and leave me a comment as well. And actually, I'm just curious about the beading community, if anybody will be closing their Etsy shop this year. I've just noticed that there's been very little traffic on the site. So, you know, it's been very discouraging over the last few months. So yeah, and also in our city, we had a bead store that had been around for many years, and they've decided to close as well. So it's sort of the end of an era, really, for the beading community in my city. But yeah, let me know what it's like in your community, and whether you still have a lot of bead stores around, and yeah, just how sales are going for you if you specialize in handmade jewelry. And yeah, so leave me a comment, let me know how things are going, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye for now.